So, hi everyone, I am Weston Stockard, and I am here to talk about the research I have done for the different pollution from different fuel types, specifically electric vehicles and gasoline vehicle engines. So first, we had to write a letter talking about our topic to someone who is in the field of research that we did. I decided to write a letter to Elon Musk because he's the one that started the topic about electric cars, and he's one of the biggest founders of Tesla, and so he's very popular. I don't know if he'll read my letter, and I don't actually know if I sent it to the right address, but I just mailed it off to the factory in Texas. So, but yeah, I just wanted to ask him what his plans were, told him about what I found out about the different vehicles, and I wanted to see what he had planned for the problems that are currently in electric vehicles. And so I'm really hoping I may get some kind of response. Probably won't, but dreams are high. So then for my public turn project, I decided to make these posters that I would plaster around all over St. George and campus, especially where there is a lot of people driving. So I just decided to make a poster that had the good and the bad for both electric and gas. And so I just wanted to mostly inform people about the differences and what they can do. And then I just want everyone to be aware of when they're driving, not to drive excess miles or to try and conserve gas when they can. So my thesis for my essay is it's all about electric cars. So I wrote, are electric cars better for the environment because they do not burn the fossil fuels that create the exhaust emissions and greenhouse gases? Or are traditional gas-powered automobiles better because they don't need new systems and require less components to be built in the first place? Because electric vehicles, yeah, they do have some components, but they're a lot different than what the world has already made and what the world is used to. And they actually have more components because of how many components make up the batteries, the motors, the vehicle itself. And there's a lot of computers, especially in it, which use a lot of minerals that are hard to collect and dangerous to collect. And so that's why I'm not sure which one's actually better. So I'm sure there's probably a point at which they even each other out, but we'll see. So why is it a problem that we should look at? The pollution rate of the world is going up and up and up, not just in a straight line, but at an exponential curve. So the longer we go, the more pollution we're going to create. So about 50% of America's deaths are created from outdoor pollution, mostly from cars and their vehicles and their gases. And another big pollutant that most people don't think of is the noise that they create, because those are harmful to people's ears and harmful to their whole body itself. So here are some pros for gasoline that I have seen and researched. It's easy to fill up. It's quick. It's like 5 minutes. The infrastructure is already built. Everywhere you look, there's a gas station. There's some corners in St. George that have 4 gas stations. It's a little ridiculous, but hey, it works. Some of the cons, though, is lately gas has gone up. It's skyrocketed to almost $5 a gallon for the cheap stuff. So it's really expensive. It's also unhealthy because the gas will burn and create those emissions that are going to hurt your body and hurt your lungs. And when it burns, it creates a lot of noise. So that's where the noise pollution comes from the vehicles. So electricity. Some of the pros are when you're driving, you'll have that instant power when you put down the pedal, unlike in a gas vehicle where it takes a couple seconds for you to press on that gas and the vehicle to start speeding way up. It's also cleaner for the environment because you're not producing the emissions straight out of the car and into the environment. Some of the cons, though, that I have seen are it's slow to charge. It takes a while. I know someone who says whenever he's driving from St. George to Salt Lake, it adds about an hour because he has to stop and charge up his car before he can make it. So that's one of the big cons to electric vehicles right now. And then they can also come from worse electricity sources. So it can come from gas, it can come from nuclear power, where if those nuclear plants blow up or something creates like Chernobyl, which could be really bad. Yeah, I mean, it can also be from good sources like solar, wind, stuff like that, but yeah. So I decided to take a survey of people on my Instagram because I was just wondering what people thought. So I had 3 answers that they could choose from. Group 1 was the highest, and that answer was that they would prefer to switch to electric because they can plug in every night and not have to worry about getting gas or anything in their vehicle the next day. Group 2 would like to switch, but they do not see it as an option because the price for everyone to go to electric would be too extreme and too catastrophic to change for everyone. Group 3 said they don't want to switch because they don't like to change and they just like their gasoline vehicles. So why is pollution bad? Let's watch this quick segment of this vehicle, or this video.
Hey, do you ever walk into a room and completely forget why you're there?
Yeah. Energy. They release greenhouse gases into the air. These emissions, such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases, trap heat from the sun in Earth's atmosphere, leading to a rise in global temperatures. This creates a cycle where air pollution contributes to climate change, and climate change creates higher temperatures. In turn, higher temperatures intensify some types of air pollution. For example, climate change increases smog because it forms in the presence of high heat and increased levels of ultraviolet radiation. More frequent extreme weather, such as flooding, contributes to damp conditions, and therefore to a rise in mold. Warmer weather also leads to longer pollen seasons, and therefore more pollen production. Smog is a type of air.
So those are just a few of the reasons why I think pollution is really bad for you. Yeah, but electric cars do have their advantages because you get to plug in every night. You don't have to worry about gas, and so that's why I think they're great. But I also think hybrids are a great solution that we can all switch to, and I think that would be great for a lot of people. So some people like the gas advantage because they don't have to worry about switching and changing, and so that's why they like it. But I don't think it outweighs the reasons for electric vehicles. These are why we're excited. So yeah.